Hey guys, this video is for educational purposes only. Please do not break the law.
Before we leave the rocket box, you had mentioned, you talked a bit about how it's really good at nestling all the different size particles in there to create a well-packed but not too dense cone. Is there a particular technology that separates this step from competitors? Is it a little bit different how you guys do that, or?
Yeah, I think it's just in the way that ours works. There's other vibrating machines out there, but I think that ours just is just kind of that sweet spot where we've actually got some videos. If you check out our website, stmcanna.com, you'll see some videos where it almost like it twists like a tornado. The material, you can see it inside there. It doesn't just pack up and down. It kind of swirls a little bit. So I don't know if that's proprietary. I don't know if that's just kind of the way the secret sauce comes together, the way the motors work and everything like that. But it just does produce a very satisfying fill. And I think that that's something that a lot of machines would like to do. Ours actually does a pretty good job at it. We're not great at everything. There's no one machine out there that's perfect at everything. But I'll tell you this, when it comes to filling cones, we really have a good system.
Okay. All right. Sounds like it creates a little vortex in there. It probably helps.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Do you guys have a particular machine for infusing?
If somebody's wanting to do infusing, we have the Astro infuser, which is basically the same kind of machine, 72 count tray, and it's gonna you fill your reservoir with your material there. It has it heated or however you want, runs through. And it's basically like 12 individual little pumps, like needles, like you would pump up a ball. They go down in there as far as you want, whatever kind of material you want. It puts the material in there, pulls out, then moves to the next. And you'll do the whole 72 in, let's see here, the Astro infuser. Yeah, you'll infuse 72 pre-rolls in about 90 seconds. But basically, you have consistency, you have the potency that consumers want, and again, you have a lower labor cost. They're not having to infuse these things manually. Another thing is that we can also use that same infuser, and you can fill carts. So again, it's a really valuable tool to have there. It's something that I think is a growing category in the pre-roll side. I think people like the idea of, I mean, aren't pre-rolls one of the most popular categories of cannabis consumption? I think it's like flower is number one and pre-rolls are two, or maybe even pre-rolls have passed. But a lot of people don't want to have to roll. They want to just go in there. They want to pick out what they want, and they want to be able to enjoy it with their friends or whatever. So pre-rolls, I think they got a bad rap back in the day that it's just all the leftover crap and everything like that. Now there's some really good pre-rolls out there, and especially these ones that they're infusing. We're just helping people be able to do that with the Astro infuser.
Yeah. I think there's probably a lot of folks out there nowadays who don't know how to roll a joint. So that's probably part of the issue too.
Yeah.
If you go to the dispensary and you buy a big sack of flour and then I guess you need a pipe. So with the infuser, what types of concentrate, what types of product can you infuse in there?
Pretty much anything. It uses the system is closed from where it goes to the reservoir, out and then goes through the needles into the pre-rolls right there. It's completely closed. So it uses like hydraulic and it's able to move that stuff there. So we started out doing it with honey. I think that viscosity is very close to what a lot of the material is using, and it can move that stuff no problem. So it's kind of up to the operator. We don't have a limit on what you can use. It's just got to be something that can go in that reservoir, but it should be able to move through our system. And then afterwards, cleaning is relatively easy for working with such sticky stuff. You know what I mean? You just kind of go through and you rinse it out, and then you're back ready to go. But you do have to, again, you got to maintain these things. You're working with really sticky stuff. Don't think you're going to just like fill thousands of those and then just like turn the lights off and go. You got to maintain this bad boy. You got to keep it clean. But people really do like the fact that it can put as much material as you want, where you want within the pre-roll. And then once you get it dialed in, again, you're infusing and you're going. And now you've got a really ultimate pre-roll with a nice little hash bowl.
Nice. So I got to ask, somebody tried smoking that honey infused I'm sure somebody tried it.
Guilty. No, you know what's funny?
Did it make you cough, or was it actually sweet? Did it?
So here's the deal. I didn't actually do it, but what people do is when we do these demos at the trade shows, we use hemp, right? Because that's what you use for the demos, and we use honey instead of using like real infused material. So, anyways, we make these things, and then once it's gone through, there's like we have them so people can hold them and touch them, and they've got a little container of them, and people will be grabbing those and like shoving them in their pocket and grabbing them, putting in their thing, and they're walking away, and we're like, they're gonna have an interesting experience when they try to smoke that. But no, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, they'll be like, hey, look over there, and they're like taking the pre-rolls that we just did in the demo, not knowing they're about to get some sous vide honey. But no, it's really important that we're keeping up with what the demands are of the consumer, and you know as well as anybody that trends, they come and go. People want things and they don't want things or whatever, and so this was kind of the result of, hey, there's more infused pre-rolls being demanded, and so we've got to create some technology to help people do it. And then again, that's where that RocketBox 3.0 comes out, where it's got a much stronger motor and it can work with that homogenized sticky material, which is different. So just a different kind of iteration, changing the motor and making it a little bit stronger. And now all of a sudden it's designed for what some operators are focusing on.
And yeah, so now let's talk about the closers then. Same sort of flow here. You've got multiple different machines, different throughputs and whatnot. Let's talk about those.
Yeah. So you're looking at once you get over to the closer. We introduced this a couple years ago at MJ BizCon in Vegas, and we had an area set up where we could do demos, and people would come and see this thing close, and it just blew their mind. A lot of people that we talk to, they're closing manually. They want to have, I think that most people out there that we hear from, they want to have a Dutch crown. Twister okay, but I just feel like the really nice little Dutch, it kind of feels premium. It has an element of, okay, this is nice, this is classy. Like a Twisty's okay, but I think that most operators out there, they want to be able to sell that Dutch crown, and our machine does that. So you just put once you filled your 72, you just set it right there. You've already calibrated it, and you've got it all set up to your size, to your material, and everything like that. You just set it up over there, and you just push a button. And then it goes, and 12 at a time, it closes them. You'll do, with the Atomic Closer, our newest version, the Turbo, you'll do 72 joints. It'll close them perfectly in just under 30 seconds. Nice. So you're looking at 4,250 perfect closes an hour.